everyone, this is Tabs and Emmy and welcome to a new video.
In this video, we are gonna share our personal story about who we are, where do we come from, and what do we do, but mainly why we chose to become a travel vlogger. So let the video begin.
So guys, talking about us, we are originally from India. I am into investment banking and now settled in UK.
And I work in IT firm and I live in UK over a decade now.
So guys, now we come to a main question of why we got into travel vlogging and how we became travel vloggers. So the traveling journey starts way back to our first travel trip, which was Bali, which was our honeymoon. And in that trip, I guess both of us realized that we love traveling and we have a travel bug. Most of the people, like they do in honeymoon, we were taking pictures, but also the other thing was we were making small videos just for ourselves. So we thought when we'll go back, we'll just see those videos and cherish our memories later on.
So those videos were just for us.
Initially
we were taking those videos so that we can go back and watch those videos, just like you make your wedding videos and then you watch for years later and then you realize that how beautiful your wedding was. So it's the same way we thought that why not just take pictures but also take videos, so that maybe after a few years when we think of our honeymoon, that can bring the memory back. So that went really well, and then we came back and we saw our videos. We were so happy watching it, and even now when we see it, it's really fun to watch our first trip because it's always memorable. The first thing, your first trip is always memorable trip. So then we decided that every time we'll go for a trip or a holiday, we will make videos as well just for ourselves, because we realized that travel is something we really enjoy. So we kept traveling and we kept making videos as well, and then we used to come back and watch those videos, and we used to really enjoy watching them because it's all the memories which come back all the time when we watch those videos. And from there we realized that not just traveling but even videos and even the making like those videos were something we were really enjoying and we were good at, because it was kind of a story we were telling, but it was just for ourselves till that time. So then we came back and we realized that why not share this experience with wider audience, with other people, so that even others like other people like us who are into traveling, who enjoy traveling, they can get benefit from our experience. And there are lots of travel hacks which every time you travel you learn so much. Traveling is not just for fun, but it also evolves your own personality and it teaches you so many things. So we thought, why not let's share this experience with other people, and this is how our journey of YouTube started.
So initially when we used to book the travel or when we used to research about the travel, I used to see lots of YouTube videos about the place, about finding the best accommodation, the fares, everything. And then in that process I came across Kara and Nate. I'm sure whoever is into travel and watches YouTube, they need no introduction. They are really big YouTubers and they are a travel couple. So I came across them and I really liked their vlogs and I introduced them to Emmy.
And since I started watching Kara and Nate, I really got hooked up into their videos because they are really good into making videos and sharing their stories. So initially when we used to make videos, those videos were just for us. Only we used to watch those videos, right? But then when we decided that we're gonna start sharing those stories and start sharing those videos on a public platform, something like YouTube, it has to have a format. Like there has to have a start, there has to have an end, a story
behind it.
So there has to be a backdrop actually. Initially we were just for us, so we were like making those videos and
we were relaxed as well. It's just for us, so it's okay.
Because it's not going anywhere. So we were just making videos like really in a funny way. But now when we have to publish to people and share it with other people, it has to have some sort of format. And not just a shooting part but also the editing part.
Because that's very
you can't just shoot and just publish it like that. There has to be a proper editing, there has to have a music, there has to be color grading and lots of different things which we can't get into it right now, otherwise this video will become really long. So cut the story short, we watch lots and lots of videos. For hours and hours we were watching YouTube videos after YouTube videos of making vlog and how to edit and how to do different things, and that is how the journey of our vlogging began.
So now the big question is, how do we manage our full-time jobs with the travel.
Those are high-pressure jobs as well.
Yes. So both of us are into professional jobs, professional 9-to-5 jobs, and we get around 4 to 5 weeks of holiday in a year.
Roughly 5 weeks.
Yeah, 5 weeks in a year, which we also have to manage with the travel back home to our country. So that then leaves us with a very limited number of holidays for travel.
True. So normally we work for a couple of months, like 2-3 months, and then we'll take 1 week off, and then that week will be for our travel week. So what we normally do is we work from Monday to Friday, and on Friday night, straight after work, we go to airport. So most of our travel is always done on Friday evening.
Yes.
So we take our bags to work, and then from there we go straight to the airport.
So we don't waste time.
Yeah, we don't waste any working day, or we don't have to take any extra day of holiday. We work for the whole day, and then we use the night time in traveling. So morning when we reach to our destination, we can straight begin our journey. So sometimes it becomes really hectic, and sometimes it's a bit tiring as well. But especially when you love something so much, you don't really bother about rest and food and all those things. We just enjoy traveling. So we're always very excited. As soon as we reach, we just change and we go out. So that's how we normally do. And sometimes what I also do is I'll work on the weekends, and because if there's an extra shift, I'll do that. And instead of getting paid in money, I'll take a day off so that I can get a couple of days extra, and that's how we accumulate more holidays.
So however glamorous travel blogging looks, it has its own limitations attached to it, but that's natural with anything. There are pros and cons, but yes, travel blogging also has its own set of limitations.
It's always, as we say, grass is greener on the
other side. Yep. So the first one that I can think of is it's a very expensive journey. That's because traveling is traveling to other place, which involves booking your flights, your accommodation, and all
petrol
of them.
And everything.
All adds up, and it all has a cost attached to it.
And not only just cost, but another very important factor you need to keep in mind is weather, because many a times we would plan our journey and the weather won't really support. It starts raining suddenly, or it gets really windy, or it gets really cold, and then we have to work around it. I mean, obviously if you plan a journey, you have paid for your trip, you can't just cancel it, but then you get used to it with that. You get used to the weather, and then you have to work things around. And apart from weather, another very important thing to keep in mind is permissions for vlogging. Not every place will allow you to shoot with the camera. Not every person are that comfortable in front of the camera. So you have to keep in mind that permissions are not always given.
Some places have their own restrictions as well. So,
they have their own rules, so they won't allow you. See, shooting from a camera phone is completely different than shooting with professional cameras and mics and all the gears, because it's not something you can hide. If I'm vlogging, I can't hide. If I'm just using my selfie stick in a camera, it's fine. Everyone knows that I'm using it's a phone. But when you're a vlogger, it comes with the whole jing bang of the phone and the mic and the gears and everything. So it's not something you can hide. And it has happened with us that we started our journey, we started our vlogging halfway through. We reached to the place, and then they didn't give us permission. So we have to scrap the whole
really
video.
Painful.
And it's quite painful, because obviously we have paid everything, and now we can't use those videos and we can't publish them because we didn't got permission to shoot further. So those things are really have to keep in mind as well. So
the other thing I would like to say to all the camera shy people is it becomes really difficult to vlog in public. So if you are camera shy and if you have to hold your camera and talk to the camera in public, it always grabs a lot of attention, and you will see people looking at you when you are talking to the camera. It's a bit awkward as well. So same was the case with us. We used to feel a bit awkward talking to the camera. Now we feel the same. But I guess what the approach that we took was, because we were not that confident, so we used to make the vlogs at home, and that was to make us more acquainted with the camera. So at least we could get a bit comfortable talking at home, and that would make life easy when we are going out and talking and vlogging out in public.
Because it's different when you are talking to someone else.
Yes.
But just imagine, like, I'm talking to you and I'm looking into a lens, but actually there's no one in front, but when I'm talking to you guys. So for me it's easier because I'm thinking there's a person in front of me, but when someone else is looking, they'll be thinking that it looks quite weird that someone is standing and talking to a camera and like talking to no one, but he's talking actually as if he's talking to some human being. But so it's not that easy. So sometimes what we do is that we'll take the footage of that place, and then when we are doing the talking part, we'll go to the quiet place, because not just because we're feeling awkward in front of public, but also there's lots of ambience noise. There will be people around, they'll be walking, and
sometimes it's windy as well.
Exactly, so windy as well. So what we do is we'll take those part and go to the quiet place and take our talking shot. But when you see the final product, when you see this video, you don't realize that our talking shot was different than the footage, because it all comes in the edit and it all gets merged.
So as you know, because of the current situation, the entire travel industry is at a standstill and the international travel is banned, and most of the countries, I'm sure, it's still not allowed, and it's not very open.
It's opening slowly.
It's opening, but still
there are lots of restrictions.
Situation is so fluid and everything is changing at a very fast pace, so we really don't know.
Well,
and of course it's not safe as well, so we would not even recommend anyone to travel internationally.
It's best to stay where you are, and if you can explore your own place, your own country, that's the best thing right now. I mean, if you have a travel blog, someone like us, obviously things can't stop you, so what you have to do is like, best thing is try and make most of what you have,
and that's what we have done. So we are currently exploring 50 getaway trips in UK.
And so far we have done like 6 to 7 places, and all the videos and all the travel videos will be in the description box. So if you have not seen it, please do go and watch our videos. And we are hoping that things would get improved slowly. Things are getting improved.
Maybe later in the year.
Yeah, sure. Maybe. Later in the year, it is getting improved. Actually, we are watching the news all the time, and then we know some of the countries are already opened, and some of the countries are still opening, and there are a few restrictions. But as we said earlier, it's not that safe. So hopefully, when things get better, when things get normal, we will start our international trips as well, and we are planning as well for international trips. But so far, for now, we are doing the trips in UK.
So guys, after watching the whole video, we hope that you have got a short insight on our story of how and why we became travel vloggers, and we would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you who watches our video. It really means a lot to us.
And from bottom of our heart, we thank to each and every single person who are watching our videos, who are supporting us, and who's liking our work, because we are what we are for you guys, and we make this video for you all guys, and we hope that we keep improving on our storytelling, on our video, on our production, on our quality as well, so you guys can watch much more better videos from our side. So this is it for today. We're gonna see you back in our next adventure. Till that time, this is Tabs and Imi signing out. About who we are, where do we come from, and most importantly, why we chose to become a travel vlogger.
So guys, now we come to our journey.
So we came back. Sorry. So we came back. I mean, the same videos we kept talking. Sorry. ये intentional नहीं था.
To thank every one of you who watches our videos. Thank you so much for that.
From bottom of fuck. पूरा mess up कर दिया मैंने. I love you.
Okay, let's start.